Did Bungie scam us with episodes has become such a hot topic that I absolutely had to bring you a video talking about it because I want to know which side you're on specifically. What exactly we're talking about and why this has become top trending within Destiny 2 news is for one reason alone. Destiny 2 seasons and episodes are actually pretty similar, and we were kind of expecting them to be very different considering that they have a different name. Now this tweet came out from Glad actually, who's a very popular former Destiny content creator as his main. Now he's kind of like a part-time Destiny content creator. He just plays once in a while. He's more of a variety streamer. He tweets out saying this, saying, "I'll say what others won't," and this gets 1.4 million views, so a lot of people agreeing with this, over 8,300 likes. Destiny's new episodes are just renamed seasons. It's way too similar cadence and model. It's a marketing tactic to rename things to spark excitement in an exhausted game. Destiny needs a complete restart. That's pretty wild. New everything, nothing carried over. Now the second part is obviously quite different because he's talking more about like Destiny 3, but we're gonna really dissect and break down the first part here, which is episodes and seasons being very similar, and we felt kind of like we were being sold something completely new and different, or at least different enough that it deserved a new name, right? Now the good news about episodes, if you've been playing them, is we have more seasonal activities, we have more weapons, and the story is actually really good. So I think that roasting episodes right now is kind of not the best time necessarily, because like it's actually doing pretty good, but really the issue here is not the quality of episodes necessarily. It's more just, is it that much different from seasons? In my opinion, I feel like they honestly should have just named it Seasons 2.0 at this point, because the structure and everything does seem very similar. Obviously there's some substantial changes, but not enough so that you would just call it something new and really try to sell everyone on it in the way that Bungie did with the final shape. Now obviously people got really exhausted with the seasonal model in Destiny 2 because it was just literally rinse and repeat, copy and paste over and over again. But moving on to the next part though, is the solution to this, like Glad mentioned, that really Destiny 3, is that really the route we want to go with this? And this is something that I feel like a lot of people try to bring up quite a bit, especially when they're frustrated with elements of Destiny 2. You know, when we have stuff like this where like, you said you were going to do better with seasons, Bungie, and all you did was just give us episodes which are very, very, very similar to seasons. Let's be honest, they're very, very similar. Now, is Destiny 3 really the solution to that? Honestly, I don't think so. And I know I go against the grain here because a lot of people want Destiny 3, but I feel like if you actually got Destiny 3, there was a comment on his post there. Literally, if you got Destiny 3, all you would have is, we're on Tora Bottle now doing Battlegrounds, right? Like, it's not going to be so drastically different. The core of this game is already built and developed, and there's only so much variety that you can really bring to it if you think about it. And I'll give you just a very quick example because I don't want to get too exhaustive with this. But basically, like, these games in general, these looter shooter games, you've got first person and third person, right? Let's start off from the first element. There's not like 25 different persons you can pick from, right? You got first person, you're playing like Destiny is a first person game, and then you have all these other games that are looter shooters, and it seems like most of them decide to pick third person. You have that, but you can't just like create such a drastically different game. Like, I don't even know what Destiny 3 would be like if none of the assets from Destiny 2 or Destiny 1 were brought over. It was just a completely different game. And honestly, if they did come out with Destiny 3, it would probably be such a big disaster because so many of the assets, like we mentioned before, would be carried over in some capacity, right? You could rename Rampage, call it something else, but shooting an ad and getting a damage bonus is Rampage. Whether you name it something else doesn't matter. If you change the percentage of how much of a damage bonus is, doesn't really matter. It's always going to be Rampage. You know what I'm saying? They did change that stuff when we came from D1 over to D2, and I thought it was pretty silly. A lot of you know what we're talking about with like reactive reload and kill clip, right? It's just a different name, but it's not actually different in the way that the game is structured. So I don't think that Destiny 3 really saves the Destiny franchise. I know that a lot of people are advocating for this, and a lot of people commented on Glad's post, like literally the who's who of like Destiny content creators. You had like Grenader Jake, Cathalion, Evnef, all these guys who are really big name content creators all agreed with his opinion, and so many others liked the post and stuff. So a lot of people are really agree with Glad's take there. But I really don't. The second part I kind of take a little bit of disagreement with personally, because I don't know if Destiny 3 really saves the franchise. But let me know what you think down in the comments below. Maybe you agree, maybe you disagree, but I figured I'd bring you this video talking about this because it was quite the spicy topic on Twitter and elsewhere. So that's a wrap on this one though. Make sure to subscribe if you want to stay up to date on all the news in Destiny 2. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Later.